Hello, everybody. Can you guys see and hear me? My mic is like not doing a little thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, you can. Okay, good. Thank you. Where's my little phone thing? All right, good morning. It's not cold anymore. Let's get started. Oh, anyone who ordered, okay, two things. One, I made an email link for to sign up to be notified for all the things. I'm going to send at least one email a week where I give an update of what I have in stock, what I don't, when what I don't have will be coming in, and all of that. Also, any upcoming things will be sent out that way. And also a follow-up after every Humans for Humanity episode. So like if you liked the guest, there'll be a follow-up that gives you all of their links and things. So if you go to my stand.store/The Reckoning Co. at the very top, there's a sign up for email link. That's what that is. There was something else important. Oh, Verdict Vault. I ordered early. So that will be here around October 5th. Okay, I think that was it. Let's get started. How can I best connect with my spirit guides and listen to their guidance? Any messages from them today? Here Without You by Three Doors Down. I felt like the next song was going to be significant. It feels like right now you're trying to find which door to go in. And you're doing this by eliminating the ones that are not for you. So the best way to connect with your spirit guides is to allow the pivot. Allow yourself to not blame or shame yourself for any missteps, but know that that is part of what they're leading you through. Check that door. Okay, it's not in there. Keep moving. Being in flow. What is going on in my dad's health that they can't figure out? What is going on in my dad's health? It's like it feels like a short circuit. Like there's a lack of energy coupled with energy coming in. It's like a short circuit of sorts. For some reason, I feel like if you look in the area of nerves, you might find not necessarily the answer, but the path to the answer. Because short circuit feels like nerves to me. Got a DM from Jay. When I answer back, he seems to ignore me and responds very late. What is he thinking? Is he flirting in his mind? Wants you to chase him for validation. An immature way to get out of my own head as it pertains to competition. I plant a seed and then I want you to chase me for validation. I mean, I guess you can consider that flirting. He desires your validation, so there's that, but I don't think it's a very mature way to handle it. Any words of wisdom on my current situation? What you don't change, you choose. So look at what is in your power to change, whether that's internal mindset, whether that's external, like doing something differently. I feel like there's something in your power to choose to change, and that's where the relief comes. Will I secure a purchaser for my house before the end of this year? Before the end of this year. I feel like there's potential, but it feels more like somebody has you on, or somebody seems to be on the hook, and then it falls through with Four of Pentacles in reverse. I would say in between the end of the year and January, February, March, April. In between the end of the year and April seems significant. Thank you. Is there any message for me and my next steps on my journey? Next steps on my journey. Oh, Gavin got an award yesterday in school. What was it called? Soar, like fly, soar. They told him that he was a little angel and he got an award yesterday. Anyway, next steps. Eliminating whatever's keeping you in mode of contraction instead of expansion. It's like needing to plug out of the energy board of lack and into the mindset of expansion. It feels like right now there's a blocked path because going down that path requires either to be seen, to ask for what you need, to accept some kind of support, but you can't do that if you're plugged into lack instead of expansion. Message for shadow. It's interesting because the song playing is Face Down by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and this is like that. This is like you learned something from maybe like feeling like you you learned something from witnessing somebody else that you respected fall from grace, and you're about to put that lesson to use in some way. Any messages for Nicole? There's something you're resisting looking at. And I want to say that quote, it's not what we look at, it's what we see. I think that's the quote. That's what the quote's going to be right now. It's like, it's bad if you view it as bad. It's a lesson if you view it as a lesson. It's that energy. So don't avoid looking at it, just shift the perspective. What does my guides have for me today? One step at a time. It feels like you're maybe hesitating to take action somewhere because you're like, it's not going to happen overnight. Maybe there's a little bit of like, what's the point? It's not going to happen quick enough. But this is decide and then take action. And it is going to lead to where you want it to lead to, just maybe not as quick as you'd like. I have to put my desk down. I think I was sitting on my feet earlier. There we go. Okay. Go to this list. Oh no, this isn't working to do that. Huh. Interesting. I have my iPad up, but when I click on, it's not working. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and forth because I don't have my other screen set up. New member, thank you. Get this out. No need to cut anyone off, just grow and they'll fall off all on their own. Be mindful of people projecting onto you their limitations that don't align with you. What do my guides need me to know and a song? Higher by Creed. And there's something significant about the album cover. And see how the light makes it look like he's reaching up for the sun? That's not in it. That's my light. What do your guides need you to know? The only way out is through, in terms of some kind of, I don't know, it's like you need to look at a certain strategy in order to see how it's not working. but there may be an avoidance to look at the strategy because of emotions tied to it. But if you look at it strategically, you'll figure out the solution. New member, welcome back. Okay. Nightmares aren't enough to keep you from dreaming. I want to say this is like think outside of the parameters of your previous limitation. New member, thank you. You've had enough lessons. You've overcome so much. You believed even when it was hard to. You've pushed through it all. Now it's your turn to receive in a major way. I feel like this is highlighting need to allow yourself to receive. You'll probably be tested with like someone offering you something. Will you accept it in receive mode, or will you try to give back? That will show you if you're ready to receive. You don't need to overgive in order to receive. What is going on with my health? What is going on with my health? It's like one thing making another thing worse. So maybe it kind of feels like the build up of pressure in one area is causing a lack of energy in another. I don't know how that translates exactly, but the buildup of pressure in one area is causing a lack of energy in another, maybe because the other area needs to try and find a way to overcompensate for the like depressurization. So the energy is going there and not to where it needs to be, if that makes sense. Messages from my dad. Come on. Oh, there it is. Number 8, we have Africa by Toto. It's going to take a lot to drag me away from you, is the lyrics. The cycle you're breaking is thinking you need permission to be free. And the lightning bolt makes me think he's confirming that some kind of thought you had out of nowhere that you're like, oh, that feels like my dad. That was him. And it's confirming making some kind of decision that leads to freedom being the right decision. And on the bottom of the deck, I have Dance with My Father again by Luther Vandross. Messages from guides with a token. I'm going to do 2 more and then go back to the other list. It's a briefcase. It's either a briefcase or a present. You're going to soon find out why what you thought you wanted would have actually kept you from what you need or what's going to be right for you or most expansive for you. So this is like, oh, and that flipped over to the books. Oh, you learning it. I didn't do that on purpose. But yeah, you're about to open this briefcase, and in the briefcase is this knowledge of why what didn't work out for you really did work out for you, or it's going to work out for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Let's see what shadow. What shadow kind of dissipated the most when you turned the light on it, if that makes sense. Yeah. This is most important. Unclaimed soul. So you showed back up for yourself in the way that other people were not able to in the past. And Little Talks by Monsters and Men is playing. The wound of the hollow embrace. Yeah, you showed up and gave yourself the energetic hug that it's giving you came back for me. Yeah, silenced oracle and parentified child. It's like that younger version of you needed someone to say, you know what, I see you, I believe you, I hear you, and you are the one who finally came back and did that for yourself. All right, let me figure out where I was on this list. Did that one. Message from my dad about the car. Message from your dad about the car. Check all angles. Is there an angle that you're missing? One of your options needs to be eliminated, is how I want to say this. One of the options isn't being seen clearly. So figure out which option is best to eliminate. And when you eliminate that, it makes space for another option. It just feels like there's something being missed. Like I don't know, like an expectation being missed or something like that. Will my dad buy the house next door? It looks like there's some kind of challenge with this. The devil is reversed, so there is a potential to overcome that challenge and make it happen. I just don't necessarily think it looks like it right now. Message from my guides about improving my general health. I feel like movement is really big. Getting back in flow and grounding and movement feel to be very important on like a external level and internal level. So that can be nutrition, that can be hydration, that can be the little things that add up into the big things. It feels like starting there and starting with movement, maybe even starting with stretching, range of motion. It's kind of like, in what ways is your energy contracting? Expanding that allows for that healing energy to also go to those same areas of your body. Did JM really do what he is accused of, or is someone misconstructing it? Did he really do what he's accused of? It's like some truth, some lie. There is involvement here. There's something that was done. There's some truth, but there's some things either being missed or misconstrued. So there's truth and a lie, but there is some action taken on that person's part that is the reason they're in the mix. Any messages from my friend Julie that passed and a song? And Julie and a song. Wintertime may be significant. When the world is still, so is your mind. Listen to the quiet. If I could turn back time by Cher. Listen to the quiet. Wintertime. I feel like you're going back over a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Not in relation to Julie, but in relation to life. And Julie's like, the past is a place. What's that quote? The past is a place of reference, not of residence. You're living somewhere in the past mentally that you need to move forward from. I feel like my dream the other night with my grandma stepsis was spirit's way of helping me emotionally cleanse and release. I feel much better since then. I thought I dropped something on the floor, but I didn't. And Calling All Angels by Train just started playing. It's almost like you were shown, or at least you were able to feel, I don't know, like their inability to see you from their perspective because they're unable to see themselves, like the perspective you were given. So it's like it helped you put down that burden of questioning, is it me? Like, am I the problem? Like something helped you energetically or spiritually put down the burden of that question. Does the journal start after I finish book 1 and 2? So each one is going to have a journal, which I know seems like a lot, but I'm giving it to you kind of how I learned it. So book 1 has that thin journal. That's mapping where you're at on the blueprint right now. Book 2, the journal comes out on 9/22. That's essentially like a tarot journal. Like that one goes through, that one's very thick. That's the thickest one out of all of them. That one is 300 pages. That goes through each of the different cards and each of the different sections and each of the different transitions in like a mirror journal / regular journal / tarot spread way. So that's the one for book 2. So if you're doing all of them, I would do book 1, then the journal, book 2, then the journal, because the journal for book 1 maps where you're at on the blueprint. And I'm getting all my props to do a like thorough explanation so that anyone that doesn't have any of the books, you can watch the explanation. And then we're going to be going through all the journals together too. So it'll eventually be out, but if you have the books, that's the way I would do it. Ideally. Will our trip to Florida next month go smoothly? And that all just fell in my lap. Yes, I just feel like maybe there's this feeling of missed out on a certain bit of things because like we stay in this area longer than we expect, so we don't get to see the other things. But other than that, I feel like it goes smoothly. Any messages from my loved ones that have passed on? I keep not being able to see where I put this deck. Fundamental analysis. This feels like maybe like a dad or a grandpa or something like that. Someone who is very analytical. Don't Stop Believing by Journey. What I didn't understand before was how much my choices affected others. I almost feel like this is coming through as an apology. And Don't Stop Believing is almost like you weren't expecting this to be an apology, but like I want to throw it in there for you because I feel like you deserve to hear it. I just want to say it's like I'm sorry for not showing up for you in the way that I needed to in the fullest extent. Yeah. I was going through something I wasn't showing. So it's not, I don't think that this person like intentionally did something, but I think this person is like, I'm sorry for not being there for you to the fullest extent that I could have. And maybe it's like I was there physically, but maybe not emotionally enough because I said that thing about being analytical. A little marriage advice from my mom. Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world or do you need more? Okay, Mom. I feel like this is start at the beginning, start from the drawing board, but start together. It's you and this person versus the problem, or if it's going to be you versus the person, there's no point. So it needs to be you and the person versus the problem, and you need to start from the drawing board. Go back to the beginning. What are our expectations of one another? What is the current weather here in the home? It's like if you can't go back to the start and figure out where the hurdles are even coming from in the first place, you're going to keep one step forward, 2 steps back. And I feel like go listen to that song, Shallow. It's from a movie, I think. Soundtrack. Oh, A Star Is Born. Oh, your mom. That's funny. She's like, I'm ready for my debut. Message and token from my guides. Magnifying glass with number 100. Kind of giving you solved your own You solved where the blockage or the frustration or the hurdle was coming from. Now you just need to action the solution. But it's like you know everything you know about why or how. Message from spirit guides regarding new home. Regarding new home. There's a need for patience and there's a need to expect some disappointments along the way. But if you're patient and you just don't let it make you stop taking action forward, you'll get there. But you are going to be tested in this process. It's kind of giving the test being how bad do you want it? Like, do you really want it bad enough to continue to push when there's hurdles? Will my 2 feral cats, Rocco and Gypsy, be cared for after I move? Kind of giving like nomadic, like someone takes care of us for a bit and then they stop and then somebody else does. It kind of feels like that, like passing the buck type energy. So yes, but there may be like gaps in it where they're not cared for as well and then somebody else picks it up. Kind of feels like that. Any message from Grandma Val? Seven of Wands just like slid off the deck in reverse. That's like playing offense, like I'm throwing you the ball. Here Is Gone by Goo Goo Dolls started playing. The truth you've been avoiding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting go isn't the same as forgetting. And 7 and 4 is 11. I feel like Grandma Val wants you to write a letter to your past self so that you can allow that past self to be separate from your current self and your current self can take that full authority. There's something about Blackbird by the Beatles. You've been waiting for this chance to fly. Yeah, it's like letting that past version of yourself go. You're not that version anymore. And like maybe everybody else can see it but you, and the last person to see it is you, and that sets you free. Any messages from my birth angel? It's time to turn some kind of magic all the way up. 10 of Wands in reverse, putting down the burden. I kind of want to word it as you're safe to let yourself be seen in that way that you may be hesitating to be seen in. Or heard. Like it's safe to take a step out of the bubble in that way. Will my husband find the job that he is looking for? Will my husband find the job that he is looking for? I feel like there's some kind of disappointment, you know, in between or like on the outside. I feel like there's some kind of frustration with, okay, this isn't my first choice, or there's some kind of, okay, I think I'm going to get this and then I don't. It's like there's some hurdle. Then I get something and what I get isn't exactly what I would hope it would be, but it's something. Feels like that. Feels like there's a transitionary period coming up before he finds what he ultimately wants. Message from my spirit guides or token. Follow up to not letting my fire go out. Movie clapper. Not letting my fire go out. It's showtime. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Passion project, new routine, new structure to your routine, adding something grounding or intellectually grounding to your routine. This is like you have the golden ticket in your alignment. You have the fire in your alignment. Now, how can you make that fire externally manifest into some kind of forward movement or motion? Will the truth about who is behind the Charlie Kirk event be exposed? with the mindset of lack. So is there certain things that could show you that you already have wealth and convince your brain of that? Is there certain things you could sell? Is there certain things you could cut back on? Is there certain things? It's about showing your mind, okay, look, we're already not lacking. We're just not using the wealth in a way that's helping. Or that could be devoting your time to something that does give, even if it's a little wealth, even if it's like Instacart or delivery of some kind or something like that. The ripple effect from unplugging from lack and replugging into potential will make a difference. What has been going on with my mom? Things have been off lately. It's the energy around your mom. Like something surfacing for her. This is like my mind is trying to unpack something that maybe I forgot before that came back up, or maybe I'm trying to remember things and I'm not able to. It's one of those. It's like almost like this energy of trying to put a mental puzzle together while still being present in the moment. Message from Marcel. Message from Marcel. When the world is still, so is your mind. Listen in the quiet. I feel like there's a need to slow down. Like, when you're driving really fast and things on the side of the road look blurry, it's kind of feeling like that in the energy, like needing to slow down and take inventory, and the answers that you're seeking with speed will come to you when you slow down. If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher is the song on the back. Will Jonathan get the school job? Will Jonathan get the school job? I'm noticing the fireworks on the song. Now they're not going to show. There. And with the Two of Wands, I do feel like there is... This is yes. But you're saying get the school job. I feel like there's a school job. I'm just not all the way confident it's the one that you're talking about right now. It might be a similar one, but I do feel like there is one coming in. Yeah, Page of Swords in reverse. It may be the not this one, but a school job. Or it could be this one and it just takes more time than expected. If T puts the store on the market, will it sell fast or take time to sell? Take time. Take time, and there may even be people who like waste your time with it. Like they look like they're ready to buy and then they're not, type of thing. Card and token for my fiance Robbie. It's a horse, number 45. I feel really called to pull the card and then see what's on the other side of the token. Don't know why. Playing offense. Horse playing offense. Horse passing. So gallop, passing, lips. I almost want to say the message is whatever little changes he's been making, you're noticing. It's like you're noticing them on an energetic level more so than just a physical level. And I feel like you've brought up some kind of like, I see this change. I'm happy that it's going this way, but it's like maybe he just thinks you're just appeasing him, but it's a deeper level that he's being seen on. That's what came through. So. Will I find a house near Tyrella or that direction? Will you find a house near Tyrella? I feel like near that direction is more accurate, but yes. I feel like yes, that your new beginning is that way. Just you might not be in that town, maybe a close one. Oh, let me go to this list. New member, thank you. I'm gonna do like 10 on this list and then go back to the other list. I thought I could use my iPad to look at the other comments, but it doesn't let me click on them. Anyway, muting people in real life is called boundaries. There's a saying that's like, anyone who gets offended by your boundaries was never, it's a better quote than this, but it was like, essentially, anyone who's not happy with your boundaries was using you to cross them. So don't walk back boundaries. Trust that the boundaries were coming from your higher self and are what are needed in the moment. What are my next steps in spiritual awakening? The song is about to change and it goes with this card. I don't know what song it is, but Better Days. Better Days by Goo Goo Dolls. So better days away from this shadow. 3 of Wands. Shattered compass, finding direction. And this is direction too. Better days. So figure out what the goal is and trust that now you'll be able to put the pieces in place to head there. It's like before you knew where you wanted to go, maybe, or you knew what you wanted to get away from, but you didn't have the channel open for the directions. Now you have the channel open for the directions. So it's like putting that in action. My soul contract is Christ consciousness, and I've been working on that. How am I progressing, and where should I focus next to get further into achieving this level? Let's see. Identifying any thoughts that are coming up that are not in alignment and just simply replacing them. It's like now you're in the integration phase. You've been freed from being locked out of it. Now you're putting the new consciousness into the cycle, into the circuit board. So every time a thought comes up that is in alignment with the old programming, it's replacing that with something better, something new. And I feel like it right now, it's just a series of that, because that is something that needs to be kind of filtered out over time. Think of it like you had food coloring in the cup before, and you can't dump the cup out. You can just pour in not food colored water, and eventually it won't be food colored anymore. It's like that. You're in the integration phase. What's most important in the integration phase? Pouring back into yourself in terms of creativity, in terms of simplicity. That doesn't sound right. Simplistic choices, like simplifying your choices down to, I don't know, I feel like for a while you had to figure out how to protect yourself by figuring out what's the most complicated thing that could happen, and then let me plan for that. This is like, how can we get back to simplifying the energy, I guess. Simplifying the energy and replacing old, outdated thoughts with new programs. Should I retire from my art career altogether and for good? Should I retire? I don't think a retire away from art is like in you're always going to want to express yourself through art. So I don't think it's fair to take that from yourself completely. I think this is more like a restructure. Maybe going all the way back to the drawing board, and I don't know, it's like that's a way for you to express what otherwise will be contained. I think that you're going to feel very energetically claustrophobic if you Just end it for good. I think that you're frustrated because it's not going where you want it to, or it's not doing what you want it to do. I think that's this nature of like going back to the drawing board. Little Lion Man started playing by Mumford and Sons. You're not as brave as you were at the start. Rate yourself. I feel like what's happening is because you weren't able to get it to where you wanted it to go, there's this imposter syndrome. Because this song is like, you're not going to do what you think you're going to do, but it's coming up in the context of this. So it's like your mind is trying to convince you that because it hasn't gone where you wanted it to go yet, that it's not for you, but it is you. Like you are the art. So reapproaching it from that perspective. Will I find the ideal job by December? It's a piece of candy. Oh, like a peppermint, and that's December. But 13 is after December because December is 12. By December, no. Are you going to find one? Yes. I would say within December, January, February. I feel like by February is more significant. Message from mom, token, and a song. Honesty with yourself is the first step toward real clarity, and the ship wheel feels significant. A week of recreation. Oh, look at that. Look, a week recreation. You just dismantled some kind of shadow that's making you feel like, do I really know who I am right now? Because I feel so different than I did when this shadow was in control of the wheel. I feel like the message is look at the week of creation and do that for yourself. Like, let there be light. Okay, what way can I bring in some kind of new light, whether that's information, whether that's a new show or a new book, right? Like follow that. Try to give yourself some week of like new recreation. Blackbird by the Beatles. New member, thank you. Your path is more difficult because your calling is higher. Make it happen, shock everyone. I feel like whatever you're working towards or working through right now, you're getting yourself prepared to step out of some guilt around being seen. Like maybe you were guilted into staying small or dimming, and you're breaking out of that. New member, thank you. Ooh. Stop letting your potential go to waste because you don't feel ready enough. People with half your talent are making serious waves while you're still waiting to feel ready. I feel like if you take one action that feels out of your comfort zone towards some kind of goal that persistently keeps coming up for you, like you can't stop thinking about the goal, but the goal feels all the way over there. If you take one kind of action towards it, that ripple is going to help you start to flow more easily towards it than you expected. Any special messages and a song for me, please? I'm going to do 2 more and then back to the other list. Song is just about to change anyway. Your Guardian Angel by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. I will never let you fall. There's a past version of yourself you made a promise to, and you're fulfilling that promise now. And on the other side of fulfilling that promise, it's like that past version of you was like, I'm going to keep this knowledge about yourself to you or to me until you're ready to come back and free me. That version of yourself is about to give you that piece of yourself back, if that makes sense. Any advice for my husband on how to stop self-sabotaging? How to stop self-sabotaging. Masked Child and Betrayed King. It's like not even him self-sabotaging, it's his inner teen. It's his inner teen that felt like something wasn't fair And now, what's that term? Hold on. Come on, brain. Demand avoidance. It feels like there's demand avoidance that is the cause of the self-sabotage, and that demand avoidance is not his demand avoidance, it's his inner teen's demand avoidance. So looking at whatever his inner teen never got, a demand is like, you need to do this because I said so. So it's like he had to follow the script of someone else when he was a teen, and there's almost this fear of taking his full power back. So looking at it in that way, as the self-sabotage isn't because he's lazy or doesn't have the energy or skill to do it. The self-sabotage is because his inner teen is saying, no, someone else told us to do that, so we're not going to do it. But his inner teen's not realizing the someone else that told us to do it is his own self. Like, it's his demands of his adulthood that his inner teen is combating, if that makes sense. All right, let me get back to this list. Where was I? Hang on. Tyrella, I did that. Message from future higher self. What is the most helpful action or process I should start putting more focus into? Do you daily journal or daily something like that? This is like a daily check-in with yourself will show you more than you expect it to. Even if you can just grab a notebook and just write 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Don't think, don't prompt, don't expect, just sit, pen in hand, write, brain dump. It's almost like there's a helpful action or process. I feel like you're trying to figure out some kind of ticket that lets you into the next chapter. That ticket is buried under like a bunch of brain dumps, just getting it all out, it feels like. What should I focus on for the next 3 months and a song? Song is going to change in 14 seconds. Let's see if we can get cards down first. What should you focus on? Mindset of lack, and in which ways you may be hesitating to make choices because of fear of change. Black Balloon by the Goo Goo Dolls. Almost fell into that hole in your life. You're not dreaming about tomorrow. You were the same as me. It's like there's this desire that you have that can be yours, but it requires not fearing change. Will the mask slip on the people who have been treating me badly so that others start to realize it? As you just continue to stay in your own energy and don't stoop to their level, people might not express that they see the truth, but that's what will show it to them. It's kind of giving like they're a little dog with a big bark type of thing. Like they're trying to sound a lot more scary than they are. And eventually that's what will have people looking at them sideways. I feel like not in the way that you hope for, but it'll slip enough that people will, even if they don't express it, they'll see it. Creating a special deck right now. I've done a few readings on it, but I'm feeling like I'm seeing something clearly. What energy are you getting around the release of the deck? What energy are you getting around the release of the deck? Done a few readings on it, but I'm feeling like I'm seeing something clearly. I feel like before you release, there's something that needs to be approached differently. Because the Eight of Swords in reverse is the release. The Eight of Wands in reverse is a delay. Knight of Wands is like, yes, Needing to up the energy of the cards to match the energy of your intentions. Maybe it's like another line of info on there that would be helpful. Maybe it's adding another element in, so it's like a multi-dynamic or something. It's like your intentions with the deck are at a 10 and the deck itself is at an 8 compared to the intentions, like intentional wise. So adding another element before release seems to be maybe what you've been picking up on there. I did see your email. If you send it to me, I'll look at it real quick. Or send me like a card or two or whatever. Messages from guides. What's the most useful thing I have to offer the collective? Standing 10 toes down on your decision making and showing others how to stand in their truth in that way. It's kind of leading by example in a direct and intentional way as it pertains to your choices and not wavering on them. Would Andover be a good place for me to have a studio for clients? I feel like it's not the best option. It's not as expansive or maybe as foot traffic or as access. There's something, I don't know. It's like maybe the particular clientele for you is like a little bit outside of that zone. I'm just not getting the best hit from that. When will we be able to dig our well and build a living structure on our property? I feel like eventually you figure it out, but maybe this is like some kind of permitting issue or something. If it's not permitting, then it's maybe like time issue, like maybe not necessarily having the time. I feel like it takes a little while for this to happen. I want to say 1 to 3 years feels significant. I don't feel like it's this year. Maybe something that starts in about a year and is completed in 3. Maybe the actual doing it takes longer. There's some kind of need for patience with it. Is spell work something that I should get into, or is it a bad idea with a token? That same cover is on again with the tree that came out for the Charlie Kirk thing. Anyway, and a tornado. I don't think so. I think it's a bad idea. I feel like right now, spell work, I feel like you're intending spell work to manifest. I feel like the better option to manifest is looking internally. Where are any resistances to flow? That will help you manifest better so than the spell work, if that makes sense. I lost my place. How did that happen? Hold on. Spell work. Oh, I'm coming out with another one soon. If you guys want to put some comments about what kind of meditation you'd like to see the best, because I'm going to do another free one next, because I meant to do another one by now and I didn't. So let me know. I have a couple ideas in mind. I started writing one, but I don't know if I'm going to go with that one. Anyway, is Jay really a narcissist? It's giving severe mommy issues. My mommy issues overpower everything, and I'm committed to avoiding that. I feel like oftentimes narcissism is a lack of nurture from a mother figure that can bring that on. So I wouldn't rule that out. What I'm getting is that the root of it is very strong mommy issues. Something I need to know. Something I need to know. Something keeps popping up in your mind. Like, it almost feels like you're being forced to relive something you don't want to relive mentally, but it's because there's something you're supposed to take from it. Like, oh, look how well you handled this, or look at your pattern recognition, or look at how when you listen to your intuition, this is what popped up. Whatever keeps coming up in your mind, it's not to punish you. It's your guides being like, hey, take this with you. Take this with you. Can someone let me know, is it loud when I do this? Because I have my mic on like a little block. And I don't know if I'm like drowning you out in sound. I don't know how to stop doing it though. How can I best prepare for my upcoming session with the Larkmar? Meditation, brain dumping. Just write everything down that's on your mind. Almost like make a bunch of little blocks or like squares on a paper and imagine that they're all bumper cars and write down just random thought, random thought, random thought. Just dump everything out. Think of it like this. Your brain is an empty room and it's filled with all of these thoughts. All of the thoughts are paper. Now, this session is going to light a flame because it's supposed to. You don't want the flame to burn up all of the papers. Get the papers out first so that the flame lights up the space, but not the papers. Does that make sense? You Found Me by The Fray just started playing. So you'll get the most out of it if the bumper cars are out. Message from spirit guides. Ooh. Message from spirit guides. Right pattern recognition, wrong pattern. It's like you're noticing something, but you're applying it to the worst case scenario. But what Spirit's really showing you is you're making different choices now than you made then. So it's not like impending doom. It's like impending release. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. It's almost like a confirmation that you properly balanced out the dark and the light of some kind of situation. You didn't blame or shame the dark or the lack of information. You just, there's that quote that's like, intelligence is either knowing the answer or knowing how to find the answer. It's almost like in the past you would have been like, oh, well, it's not good enough because I found it. I didn't know it. But you balanced out the dark and the light in a situation because you sought and found an answer that you didn't automatically know. And that was the passing of some kind of test here. Marie, I don't see you. You'll have to put it again. I don't see one that's close to that one. I'm changing my career. I have options, but not sure which way to go. Any insight? It's kind of giving breaking through a ceiling here, breaking through a glass ceiling. The option to go with is the one that feels the most different than where you were. It's like you're using the same skill, but in a different setting type energy. Um, it's kind of giving you got all you needed to out of that limiting energy. Now it's time to expand, because now you're going from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands. It's like you mastered figuring out how to learn from what is limiting or doesn't work. Now it's time to figure out how to express your energy in a place that's more expansive. So my advice would be go in the direction that feels the most different than the direction you were facing. You got the tools from that. Now it's the stage where you use them differently. Message for my journey. Message for my journey. Something is being shown to you and you're being called to stay in observer mode and not take it personally. It's like you need to see the shadow so that you can protect yourself from the shadow and make a decision on how to integrate the shadow. And then when you go from indecision to decision, okay, this is a wound, this is a limitation, but it doesn't have power. I do. I decide how to handle it. So the message is the power is in how you decide to face what comes to the surface. Any messages from Jake, NY friend who just passed? You will always have a part of me in the traditions we shared. I think he's highlighting like Christmas or New Year's or something along those lines, and like not letting yourself grieve at that time, but letting yourself just still celebrate his energy with you at that time. Yeah, it's like the energy of don't let my passing bring you down. Let it be like now you have an angel friend. Like he doesn't want to be a heavy weight to you. I lived by One Republic because I lived a life well lived, a life fully lived. And graduations on the bottom. I feel like he's trying to make like a little bit of a lighthearted, like, I'm not dead, I graduated. Now I'm an angel. Like that kind of approach. I'm not dead, I graduated into angel. I'm like, okay. Okay, so picked up your new car. Your dad said drop one of the options because there's something you're not seeing. So you picked up the new car. What does he want you to not look at? I feel like there's a lot of stress around feeling like now that it's here, something bad's going to happen to make it so you can't. It's like not pouring energy into worst case scenarios. So to go with the other message, I said something about your dad saying ignore one of the options. It's draining or something like that. I think it's your stress around this. If you already have it, then this is like, don't stress yourself out of enjoying it. Just know that it's unfolding and you'll be able to handle any potential speed bumps, if that makes sense. What made Jose want to help me with some money? What made Jose want to help you? Releasing, delay. Two of Wands is like things just came together in the way that I'm able to now. Like maybe there was some kind of financial relief that they're not telling you about. Maybe there was some kind of gift or something that came in. This is like I'm able to do it now, so I'm going to. It kind of feels like that. Which makes me feel like this person wanted to before, but they weren't able to, and now that they're able to, they're going to. Will there be a major earthquake and or tsunami in the U.S. before the end of the year? Major earthquake and or tsunami. I said one major thing that throws off the balance and leads to some kind of loss. Loss of what? Nine of Wands is structure. So I do think that there's something that takes out a decent amount of homes by the end of the year. A friend of mine contacted me recently. I've distanced myself the last year because I felt she used me. Should I contact her again, or would it be the same? Was she using you? An opportunist. What can I get out of this? Or what can I get out of you? Or what can you do for me type of thing? Would it be the same, or should you contact? I feel like it's going to be the same. It's not a situational thing. It's just a character thing with this person. It's like they lack clarity in who they are. I would say it's going to be the same. Oh, let me go to this list. Hold on. Hold on, because I just saw you had a question on here. 1 second. Where did it go? There it is. Can you describe any guides around me you see? Can you describe any guides? It's kind of giving like a energy that would be similar to like a Lilith energy, like a dark empath energy, not in like a bad or evil way, but in like a nurturing that part of yourself. So this would be a guide that also feels to be female. Like trying to help you nurture the unapologetic, this is who I am and I fought hard to become this type energy. It feels to be that energy around you as a guide. Whatever I need to hear with fam. You're doing a good job not letting it get to you, even though you don't think you're doing as good of a job. It's like you've completed. You were supposed to get some piece of a puzzle of your life purpose out of this. And I feel like it's centering around the way you use your compassion, because there needs to be a limit to when someone just takes or just doesn't care, or you know what I mean? It's like you got what you needed to out of it, and now you're doing a good job not letting it get to you. And I feel like that is symbolic of the fact that you completed the lesson of what you were supposed to get out of it. Whatever I need to hear with socials and business. Socials and business. You're in a place of trial and error as it pertains to outreach of communication. So don't lock yourself into one way. Continue to pivot and say, okay, this got me this far. Let's see if I try it this way, if it gets me a little further. Allow yourself to be in that trial and error stage as it pertains to outpour of communication and what works and what doesn't. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. It's like one thing goes well and another thing gets frustrating. It feels like there's going to be some kind of hurdle that you're going to be helping another person through. And it feels like it's going to pull on your heartstrings a bit. I guess I'd say allow yourself to know the difference between helping someone and taking on their heaviness of whatever they're going through. Feels to me that is important to decipher between right now. New member, thank you. The only way to win with a toxic person is not to play. This is coming up for me as Allow any projections that are clear projections from others to just brush off your shoulders. Whether that's in business, whether that's in friendships, whether that's just on the daily walking around town. Allow any projections to just roll off your shoulders and don't give them a second thought. We saw each other a bit ago. Why won't he look at me directly? Guilt / shame. I don't have an explanation of why I acted like that, but I know it wasn't my best, so I'm going to shy away. And or I feel like if I talk to you, I would need to admit something that I'm not ready to. Is there any good news coming? Any good news coming? I mean, the good news is good news that you give to yourself. The good news is that now you have some kind of blank page where you have the pen and you get to write something in there. This is like, okay, yeah, that hurt, but what are you going to do now that you're not in that situation anymore or in the depth of that hurt anymore? I feel like the good news that's coming is that you have the pen in your hand and you get to decide what happens next. Messages on romance. Messages on romance. Have fun with it right now. Allow yourself to explore without expectation or without trying to fill in some kind of template. When you can release expectation, flow will happen. I feel like there's a grip on control that needs to be released, or a grip in needing to have everything figured out before it should be figured out. Do 3 more and then go back to the other list. New member, thank you. You will overcome everything that is making you question yourself. There's some beliefs that align with you now, and some are past fears trying to make sure you don't get too far away. Just be very mindful of internal dialogue. Newcastle or not as far out there? Newcastle. Newcastle. I feel like the learning curve would be that it would take longer to make that happen, but I do feel like that's a good option if you can wait a little longer to get it up and running. But if you want quicker progress, then I feel like there's other options that'll also be a good option that won't take as long. But if there's something specific about that area, you can make it happen. It just may take a little longer. All right, last one, then back to the other list. 1 month member, thank you. Some people won't be able to love you the way you wanted them to. Compassion creates understanding. I feel like this is self with you. It's like there's a need to forgive yourself for the times when you didn't see yourself fully. It's like that was because other people didn't see you fully. So I feel like there's a need to appreciate the way you're able to see yourself now, more so than blame yourself maybe for not being able to see yourself back then. All right, let me find where I was. Describe guides. I did that. What advice do your guides have for you? What advice do your guides have for you? Eight-week rule. It's 8 week, right? I think it's 8 weeks. If you do something for that many weeks, it becomes, I think it's 3 months. But anyway, if you do something for 3 months, it becomes a habit. It feels like there's some kind of positive habit that if you start it now, the ripple effect will be flipping this Empress upright. Because it feels like right now, It's like you feel disconnected from one corner of your mind, but that corner of your mind is the key to moving forward. Creating some kind of consistent, even if it's just like 5 minutes of meditation when you wake up or 5 minutes of journaling before bed, that will create a very big ripple effect if you can stick to it for 3 months, because it's symbolic of you showing up for yourself. Is Parker a danger to Cole or Cole's girlfriend or to the school? He was arrested for stealing his mom's car and credit card and is now in a psych ward on S Watch. Is he a danger to Cole or Cole's girlfriend? I'll put it like this. From Parker's perspective, I feel scared because there's this void that I don't understand. And if I can just bring others into this void with me, maybe they can help me understand it. That's subconscious. So subconsciously or consciously, then it's giving misery loves company. So I feel like this is the energy of Cole, and Cole's girlfriend may want to be this person's friend or try to help, not realizing it's dragging them down themselves, because it's almost like this person is purposefully pouring out darkness to try and figure out how to not be alone in it. So I kind of feel like this is something where Parker is less of a danger after getting significant help for that feeling of the void. So maybe in time he won't be, but right now I feel like he is. Oh, I didn't see the other one. Didn't say song. Please, let's see. Move Along by All American Rejects is the song. What shadow of mine is blocking me the most currently? Soul on standby, waiting for permission to live fully. Why? Captive rebel, punished for challenging the status quo. It's what shadow is mine of yours is blocking you? It's like you stepped out into being fully unapologetically yourself, and it feels like something caused you to go back into the shell a little bit. So it's safety in being seen and perceived, and whatever is causing you to feel like it's not, that would be where I would focus. Trying to see if there's anybody I didn't get. I did this one a bit back, but I said no, but I feel like you need to go look at the whole message, because I think there's something in there. Because it's like a hard no. I feel like definitely not. But I need you to go listen to the whole thing. I think it's probably like 20-ish, 30-ish minutes back up. But no, you should not. You should definitely not. Have I managed to clear psychic attacks? Have I managed to clear not all the way. You have cleared. Okay, how do I word this? You've gotten yourself out of the vibration that would allow any of this to stick, right? But you need to keep yourself there, because it's like they're still being thrown, but as long as you don't go back into fear or lack or anxiety or believing that they're going to work, you know what I mean? It's like, as long as you don't allow yourself to go into there, then they're not going to affect you, even if they're still being thrown at you. Oh, okay. You're misinterpreting something. Okay. I feel like it's that thing. It's that adding that. This makes more sense now. It's that adding that piece. Send me one and I'll look at it because I saw your email. I just didn't get to answer it yet. Any messages from my guides on love and motherhood? Love and motherhood. It's like the energy of motherhood healing you, like you healing through motherhood. If you are not a mother yet and you're like, am I ready? This is, I'm ready. If you are already a mother, whatever the challenge or fear is, it's like facing that heals that within you as well. So I feel like the message here is like all steam ahead, all full steam ahead. Like whatever it is that you're wanting or desiring, if you put energy and intention into it, you will get positive movement from that. I do think that that's the right direction to head in, if that's the question. Should I go see my daughter in October or wait until December or go both times? October, December, both. Both. I feel like you might not have everything ready to go in October. Like you might feel like it's rushed, or maybe you don't get to go the full time or do everything you want to. I feel like that's a lot more. December is a lot better planned out, but I feel like there's some go both anyway. With the Page of Swords, it's like there's benefit from going both. What caused my mental nervous breakdown 9 years ago, and was I being attacked by evil forces? Kind of want to word this as like a disconnect from some kind of religious limitation, like almost like you felt like you weren't allowed to think a certain way, but your brain was like, no, I'm going to think like this, and you were like, I don't think we're supposed to. So it's like this war with your brain that eventually your brain was like, let me just show you what I'm getting at here, and you were like, oh, okay. It kind of feels like that, like a needing to reconcile that energy. Any message regarding Tom's heart surgery today? Tom's heart surgery today. I kind of want to say that it feels like the surgery goes well, but the coming back to it after surgery may take an extra minute or two. It feels like there's nothing bad though. Like if it takes a little bit longer to come to, or like be mentally more active after, like that's okay. It's a slow rebuild, but it's a rebuild. Oh, Creed is a spiritual group? I didn't know that. I just put a random oh, my computer's about to die. Oh no. Hold on. Did I fix it? No, I didn't. Oh no. Why is it not charging? Okay, hold on. Problem. Ah. Where is this charger? Okay. My computer will not charge. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me fix all this. Nope. Okay. I'm back. My computer did not want to charge when it was on the charger. Okay, let's go. Back to this. Can you guys hear me? Will my idea for TikTok be well received? Will my idea for TikTok be well received? I feel like there's a trial and error phase here. Six of cups in reverse is like you unlock a deeper level of creatively engaging with this idea by trial and error. So I feel like it might not at first be as much as you'd like, but there's a way to get it there. Message and song for Gracie from her spirit guides. If It Makes You Happy by Sheryl Crow. I like this playlist. Self-trust is key. I almost feel like there's a message to document intuition, like keep track of what your intuition is telling you and how it plays out. That will help increase this self-trust. Be mindful of imposter syndrome feels to be significant as well. Not allowing imposter syndrome to take the wheel, but to allow divine authority to take the wheel. Message for the weekend and a song. When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down. Dave's like, hey, let me say hi. There's another world inside of me that you may never see. So hold me when I'm right here. Hold me when I'm wrong. I feel like this is a message of don't allow other people's. Sometimes when we have empathy, we'll feel bad for other people treating us bad, or we'll feel bad, or we'll carry the burden of what someone else isn't realizing or what they don't know. This feels to be that. Like, don't carry the burden of someone else mistreating you or someone else. It's like you can understand why someone isn't seeing something in the way that they could be, but don't carry that with you. Allow that to be put down. Most needed message from my guides. Oh, I like your kitty cat. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. It doesn't feel like this is something that's playing out right now, although it could be. It feels like something that you're being prepared to experience. When someone shows you who they are, don't doubt yourself. Believe them the first time. Working on several business ideas I enjoy. Keep going or which to choose. Does one of them have a potential to combine two of them? Like several business ideas, let's say A, B, C, D. Can you combine A and C into like a different thing. It's like you're close. Like separately, they'll get you a B plus, but you could get an A plus. That type of thing. Any message from my guides? Oh. Look before you leap. Don't make a rushed decision. If you sleep on something that, like, if some kind of external source is making you feel like rush, and you say, no, let me sleep on it, you're going to get a better and more true to you response or solution. Wounds for my brother about the wounds that make him stay in an unhealthy marriage. Mirrorless child. Not really all the way knowing, or like, it's like grew up having a distorted reflection of self, and the unhealthy marriage is someone who is again showing a distorted reflection of self, because healthy would be a true reflection of self in the mirror. So this is like, it allows him to stay in a comfort zone of, I know who I am, but this other person's not seeing me. So it allows me to feel safe not being seen, because in the past, seen has been unsafe. Will I be able to carry my baby full term or expect an early labor? Currently worried and going through extra examinations. Full term or early? Well, the song that came through is Heaven by Bryan Adams. So I do feel like, I know that you're worried, but this, to me, a baby is like bringing heaven onto earth, and that's the song that came through. And death is reversed, the moon is reversed. So I feel like you're going to be okay here, is what I think you need to hear first. Full term or early? I feel like a little early. I don't think extremely early. Like when you say early, I feel like you're saying early, like, is the baby going to be stuck in the hospital for a bit? I don't think that that's it. I think a little early, but not anything crazy. Who has been around me the most? Luther, Hattie Mae, Veronica, Julia, and does any of them have a message of guidance for me? Luther, Hattie Mae, Veronica, Julia. Veronica. Because you're going through something right now that it would make the most sense that Veronica was the one that was trying to help you through this. What's the message? You're closer than you think you are to the end of the battle. You just need to not give up on showing up for yourself. All right, let me go back to this list. My brother-in-law passed away unexpectedly this week. I'm sorry. Any messages? Let's see. Brother-in-law. I don't know. It's kind of giving me like on a spiritual level, like two things connecting to cause this to happen suddenly, so that it wasn't a long drawn out thing. Like almost like his soul chose to pass very quickly, as opposed to having to be a burden for others. It's kind of giving like rip off the band-aid. Like when it's my time to go, just rip off the band-aid. I feel like there's somebody like a family member or something, like they couldn't have handled a long drawn out passing, if that makes sense. That feels to be significant as well. Rest is important because pushing through exhaustion won't fix what's broken. I feel like there's a message of whoever that is that's going to have a very difficult time with this. It's not running from the emotions, but allowing them to be sifted through, like one at a time, not burying them and then having them avalanche. What wound is keeping me in fear? What wound is keeping me in fear? Misnamed soul. And fractured feminine. Hesitation about being received by others properly because in the past people intentionally misunderstood you. So now the fear is, if I'm myself, am I going to have to explain and prove that that's who I am, or am I just going to be received? And if I'm received, am I going to be then discarded? It feels like that, like receptivity of your like authentic self being received, because in the past it wasn't. Will the U.S. government shutdown be avoided for 9/30? I did not know about that. Will it be avoided? Jumper by Third Eye Blind, 1998. That's 1819. It's kind of giving transfer. I want to say yes. It feels like it's. I don't know how to explain it. More like a transfer of power where it looks like something's about to shut down, and then last minute some kind of power that we don't expect comes in and does something that's different than normal. That's what I'm getting, allegedly. Doing spiritual work full-time in 2 years or less. Will you be fully in the spiritual work only in 2 years or less? I think a little less. Yeah, I think maybe 1.5 to 2 years feels significant. It's 1.5. I feel like it has a lot to do with expansion of communication, focusing on expansion of communication. Who has been around me? Oh, I did that one. Let's see if Veronica was the one that it was. Let's see if any of the others have a message to add to Veronica's message. Luther's the only male. So Luther, release what other people expect of you. You don't have to show up in the way that other people think that you are. Like, you don't have to validate or deny any rumors that have your name or any expectations of you. The only expectations that you should be focusing on are the expectations that you have of yourself. How will my dog heal with her separation anxiety? We started meds and are figuring out what does or does not work. I want her to feel good. How will my dog heal her separation anxiety? I don't know. I just don't feel like healing the separation anxiety, it should be the goal. I feel like it should be alleviating like the stressors of it. But I feel like looking at it as if this is something that can go away, I feel like it's going to prevent you from seeing certain options, because I feel like it's more about managing it. I feel like the separation anxiety is almost like this seed that you just need to figure out ways to not let it be watered. I I feel like it's going to take some time, and it's going to be like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But you are going to find something that works, but not looking at it as you're trying to get rid of it, looking at it as it's a seed you're trying to not water. Hopefully that makes sense. 2 more and then back to the other list. When B's latest post directed at me directly, and how does T feel about it? There was a big fight between them. Was B's last post directed at you directly? It seems more like generalized, but you may have been in the mix of it as opposed to just you directly. Judgment in reverse is kind of like saying it to everybody. I want everybody to know. And I also feel like strength in reverse, it's like they wanted someone else besides you to see that they were addressing this situation in like a lump way, like a lumping people together type of way. How does T feel about it? Like it could have been worse. Either like it depends on which side T's on. Either, well, it could have been worse, could have said more, or, oh no, I fear there's more to come. One of those. You accidentally ended up sending me one of your books for free. Interesting. I guess so. Yes. Did I send it from Amazon or did I send it from my house? I hope I did not send someone else one. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you were in alignment to have some kind of seed that you had watered sprout. That's interesting. All right, last one, and I'm going to close super chats and go to the other list. What do I need to continue weight loss? Mindset. Look at the way that your mind views food or lack thereof as a form of control when other things feel out of your control. Look at the psychology around control as it pertains to dieting. I feel like that will help you shift perspective. All right, let me turn super chats are off. Let me find where I was. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. Taking something that you've built and showing all the bricks that it took to build it. Almost like when you take an outline and then you go into depth of each of the bullet points in the outline. It feels like this is related to social media content. Yeah, 8 of Wands, social media and or just communication in general. You have a bullet point list. Take each one and start to expand. Any messages from my guides as I work through the blueprint book? Ooh, I love this. Any messages from your guides? Make a list of little flames that you can then turn into fires, right? So you're reading through the book, you get some kind of thought, or you think of some song, or you relate it to some memory. Make a list of what your brain is processing as you're reading. It's like there's a deeper level underneath just the surface level of it, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. So it was the possibility of love and motherhood. So I do feel like, so that would be not yet. So I do think that that message was like full steam ahead. Like that's the right path for you. If you're questioning, should I, shouldn't I? The cards that came out before are like, yes, you should. That's yes, you should. Will fancies ever tell me his real feelings for me? Read that as finances at first. Will this person ever tell you their real feelings? Maybe only if you do first is this type of feeling. This is like, I'm going out of my way to hide this. Why did I say finances instead of the name? I feel like this is a game you don't need to be playing. I feel like this is like this person is showing you they're not on your level emotionally. I pulled Four of Wands, Page of Swords, the Fool, and the Star, Three of Cups. Four of Wands, Page of Swords, the Fool, the Star, Three of Cups. Dave is helping you with some kind of understanding about what? Superman is playing. Superman, It's Not Easy by Five for Fighting. Dave is helping you with some kind of understanding. Yeah, it's not easy. that, yeah. Okay, that's Dave. That's you. Missed opportunity. He's trying to help you see where there's a missed opportunity to what? Make a decision. You don't need external circumstances to validate or confirm a decision that you've already internally made, because Dave already validated the internal decision. He's funny, man. Oh, okay. It's not bothering. Okay, that's good. Because I really don't know how to stop my hand from doing that. Message from my guides, and you sent this through at 11:11 a.m. my time. 11:11. There's two pieces of yourself that were at odds with one another. They're about to come back together. It's like you have writing on this side of the book and writing on this side of the book. And then when you turn the page, it's a combination of both of those. That's what's happening. You're about to get back on the same page as yourself. Will I ever be able to afford a small property in Portugal? I kind of want to word this as eventually you may be able to afford it, but I feel like by that point, there's going to be a desire to put that money somewhere else, because Ace of Pentacles is reversed. Like, you worked for it, you got it, but you might not want to invest it in that particular way. Your desires may change by then. Is Dan's job safe for the next 12 months? And are there any opportunities or challenges he should be aware of? I feel like there's going to be a lot of rumors about things from other people. And I feel like those rumors may be true for some of them. Like, there may be some kind of layoff or something like that. But I feel like his job is safe. But I feel like anything that he should be aware of is there's going to be fear from other people or rumors from other people. And that may be true for them, but not necessarily him. One second. I always feel someone behind me at work. Who is it? The song that just started playing is Shattered, but it, like, in parentheses it says turn the car around. And OAR, like an oar, like turn the boat around. And then Six of Swords has two people in a boat together. It's like, who did you connect with the most intellectually? Yeah, there's your work card. You had an intellectual connection with someone who's one of your angels right now. It's like they show up for you at those times. It's not that they're trying to tell you or show you anything. It's just that they're there with you because that's where you best connect with them in an intellectual setting. Will I ever get in another relationship? I like being alone, but just wondering. I feel like you like being alone right now, and that's this season for you. But I do feel like that's eventually going to come to a place where you outgrow that feeling of, okay, I've gotten everything I wanted to out of being alone. Now I'm ready to let someone in. I don't feel like there's any point where you feel pressured here. I feel like this is more of like, I'm going to enjoy my time alone until I'm ready to let someone else in. So I do feel like you eventually will, but I think it's going to be some time. But I think that time is intentional. Like you chose that. Any messages? Any messages? Whatever it was that felt to be working against you, you're about to realize the solution was you had the solution the whole time. But it's like you had to learn the difference between other people holding up a distorted mirror versus the true reflection of yourself that you can hold up to yourself. So because you did that and you held true, you're about to figure out the solution. Message for the week. Message for the week. Someone's going to give you an idea indirectly. So like maybe you've been saying to your spirit guides like, hey, I really want to do this, or hey, I really want to figure out how to make this work. You're about to get a clue through someone that doesn't know they're giving you a clue. So I feel like the homework or the task here is to be as present as possible in every conversation, not looking for the clue, but knowing that presence will unlock it for you. One second. Trying to see if anybody didn't get. Marie, I did that one a little bit up. The last one. Let's see. What direction am I meant to go next? What direction am I meant to go next? Showing yourself that when you put in effort, you get reward, and then that you can then apply somewhere else. So even if it's something small, like, okay, I'm going to take this one room in my house and slowly but surely I'm going to reorganize it or revamp it or get it how I want. I feel like you can take that and apply it anywhere. You can apply that to business, friendships, taking one building block and little by little chipping away at a bigger task and getting it done to completion. I feel like that starts a ripple effect in other areas, but it starts with that. Taking something that there's a lot of steps to, breaking it down and dedicating yourself to bringing it through to completion. It's like that unlocks whatever was holding you back. I moved to a new apartment recently and the energy feels weird. Am I meant to stay here for another 15 months or leave early? You meant to stay or leave early? I feel like with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, this is the energy of it's going to stay the same. Like what you're feeling is clear. And it feels like the goal is for this to remain transitionary. So it's almost like you're not meant to get too comfortable, but you don't have to rush out. I would say give it another 3 months and see how you feel. Because I kind of feel like you don't need, I kind of feel like you can stay out your lease and then go. But if it's going to take an energetic toll on you, then obviously that would be different. But I feel like if you give yourself 3 months, you may feel like the energy of newness is separated from the energy of lack of clarity. So you'll be able to figure out exactly how you feel and if you need to rush to leave or not, if that makes sense. Oh, that's okay, Jeanette. That's okay. Um, will the universal cat distribution system bless me with a cat soon? Not as soon as you'd like. The Ace of Cups, I do feel like, is one eventually. Three of Swords, you may see one that you're like, oh, I hope it's that one, or there may be one that like keeps coming to the spot that you're at and then doesn't anymore. I feel like there's a little bit of a delay here. Where am I at on my spiritual journey? Going back through past experiences and making sense of them now with your current knowledge or wisdom. It's like you're seeing old situations from a new light so you can either forgive yourself or release limitations or fears or something like that. Allow yourself to not feel like these are punishments, but just opportunities to release. This shirt is driving me nuts. The straps will not stay up. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but it's driving me nuts. I'm throwing it right in the trash when I'm done this. Anyway, is my ex the person I am to spend the rest of my life with? I feel like you and this person outgrew one another, and it's like you're on different timelines. I would say it doesn't look that way. I'm going to do about 5 more, and then I'm going to hop off. Why am I feeling so hungry all the time? What is the remedy? Could it be boredom? It's like your mind is looking for some kind of comfort as it explores new, like 9 of Wands in reverse is like I'm exploring new thoughts, new territories, and I'm looking for comfort at the same time. I would say it just feels like it's the hunger is a comfort blanket of fear of change or fear of newness. When will I see financial freedom? If there's any potential inheritance that could be coming to you, that would be the answer there, not until then. If this is not an inheritance, it feels like you're up between like a rock and a hard place. Like you have the means, but not the you have the ability to grow something, but you're between a rock and a hard place, it feels like. It just feels like something incoming is what eventually helps. That's not necessarily from you, like an inheritance or a shifting of investments or something along those lines. Is my grandma an angel? Why can't I feel her often? Why can't I feel her often? 10 of Cups. She's like, of course I am. Where else would I be? Yeah, Empress. I'm on the other side of the rainbow. Okay, she's on this side of the rainbow. You're on this side feeling like you can't communicate with her. Why? Needing to heal a belief. It's like she is communicating with you. It's just maybe you're not receiving it in the way you expected it to coming from her, right? Maybe she's a little bit more loud or a little bit more quiet, and it's like the messages don't she's communicating with you in a different way. I feel like music is a way that she communicates with you, and it may just be that, let's say you create a playlist and you're like, okay, grandma, give me an answer to this or give me an answer to that, and it's the answers come through but it feels a little too good to be true. It almost feels like that. You're like, okay, it couldn't be this fluid, so it has to be something that I'm missing that's more complicated. I would say pay attention to the simple ways she communicates with you, like through music, and allow that to build up over time. Break even by the script. The cycle you're breaking is carrying burdens that don't belong to you. There may even be some kind of belief from when you were raised that you can't communicate with, or something like that. It's like subconsciously there's something battling. So looking at it from like a simplistic way. How is my cat doing with the pain meds? Do they need to be adjusted? Do they need to be adjusted? This to me would be no adjustment. I feel like it's going well. The Hierophant would be the correct dosage. 10 of Swords in reverse would be the correct dosage for healing and not needing to adjust. I feel like it's going as it should be, I guess. Oh, you have told him. So if you have told him, and I said only if you were to tell him first, is there something else you would need to say to get him to come forward? Clarity, decision, alignment. Clarity, decision, alignment, imbalance. It just feels like he's not ready to admit to himself what that would mean to admit it back to you. It's like you have your feelings, I have mine, but if we put them in the same bowl together and mix them around, then we have this soup of both of our feelings. And it feels like that's what this person's not ready for. So I feel like the only thing then, because you've already said it, would be if you choose to consistently hold time and space for this person without the expectation of them stepping in until they're ready. Because it doesn't feel like they are right now. And it does feel like you kind of emotionally outgrew them. Why are these not coming up? Will I be lucky enough to get a rural place close to Tyrella? So Page of Wands kind of came out on the side. So I feel like rural, close, yes. Maybe not as close as you'd like. There may be a little bit more distance than you'd prefer, but it does feel like that's possible and doable. Message from my spiritual team with a token. Wheel of Fortune fell in my lap. And it's love backwards, like in the mirror. And wheel fell into my lap. You're about to realize that some kind of delay is coming to an end. Like you're going to see, okay, I can see the delay ending. but like on the way out of the delay, you become appreciative for the delay. Like you kind of view the delay as, oh, okay, I alleviated having to deal with that stressor or that hurdle because of the delay, if that makes sense. Like looking at something in hindsight makes you appreciate what was previously frustrating. What are Jordan's ulterior motives for asking to meet today? Why does Jordan want to meet? Collide by Howie Day started playing. It's kind of giving Battle of the Ego, though. Like I want to see where I stand. I want to get some kind of like who's winning, me or you, so I can put something to bed in my mind. All right, I'm going to do 2 more and then I need to go eat. What is the message that is being sent to me from my spirit guides or someone who passed? It's interesting because I just looked up at your little icon, which is like the 2 circles and the circle in the middle, and that reminds me of this. Okay, so you know how it's a Venn diagram, right? 2 circles overlapping. Anyway, I feel like needing to do what your icon is right now is the message. Like some kind of decision that you're trying to make, list what happens if I make this decision, what happens if I make this decision, and then in the middle, what happens if I don't make any decision, what happens if I wait, what happens if I hesitate. I feel like looking at some kind of mapping like that helps you decide. Okay, so earlier we did, should you end your art career? I'm going to answer this one as a separate question, though, because you can end the art gallery without ending the career. You know what I mean? So should you end your art career? I said no, but, hold on. But should you close the art gallery without ending the career? Should you close the art gallery? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the art gallery isn't the best approach to the art career, but there's a better way to do the art career. Maybe social media instead of the physical in-person gallery. Because I'm getting, don't end doing your art, but just do it differently. And this is like an ending to that. I think it would be beneficial to look at other ways that you could do art besides the gallery, or a revamp of the gallery. All right, last one, and then I have to hop off. Are me and Dee still connected spiritually now that we aren't in touch anymore? Not in touch anymore, still connected spiritually. Queen of Wands, like there's a part of each other that you carry in each other. Like there's a part of them that you carry and vice versa, because this is like the social queen. It's like how you show up. Like people can see a bit of you in one another, if that makes sense. All right, everyone, I'm gonna go eat. I should be done all the readings for the month by probably the end of this weekend. If you purchased one, mods and packages, I should be done everything by next week. And then I should be caught up, hopefully, almost. The Blueprint of Tarot giveaway is still going on. That ends September 30th. So you have like a week left to enter that. All you need to do is leave a review and fill out on my Stand store your name, email, and your comment. There's not that many entries so far for that one. But there's more of those books that have gone out than the other ones. So there's a lot of people that haven't entered yet that still need to enter. If you did purchase the book, you just need to leave the review. That's for book 2, Blueprint of Tarot. Verdict Vault is ordered. It will be here October 5th, shipped out by the 7th. If you ordered any of the true crime decks, there should be a coupon for Verdict Vault in your email. If you don't see it, email me and I'll send it to you. I need to start writing this stuff down. I think that's it. Oh, and the email list, if you didn't sign up yet, I did a little email sign up once a week / other times. Also, I'm going to be sending out updates for merch, stock, plans, upcoming events, all that. So sign up for that. I'm hungry and my brain is turning off. So I think that's all. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I will see you all soon. I'm going to have true crime again for you next week. I'm looking at that list that you all suggested readings for, unless something else big comes up by then. I'm also going to try to get back to doing at least one news in reverse a week. Hopefully. So far, since Gavin has been in school, I bought a brand new phone that was broken, and I've had to go to his school like 3 times. So trying my best to get caught up, hopefully next week and the week after. Thank you all. Talk to you soon.